all along. 695 heading to Bree Jones, Brittany Griner for the Dream Jordan Canada. This is her return to this arena. Preseason, keep in mind, this is where her injury happened. This is just her 4th game back.
Yeah, absolutely, but she certainly changes things. Carl Semesco told us prior to the game that everyone else has to now shift back over to their natural positions. Ryan Howard has been the recipient of being off the ball a lot more.
Alicia Gray gets things started as she will go.
And she is a machine on the offensive side, very deliberate and tactical with where she wants to go and finish.
Gray gets 3 the hard way. Sonia Citron, Steph Dolson, and Kiki Iriafen round out this.
How about these young rookies, Kiki Iriafen and Sonia Citron for Washington in the starting lineup?
Here's Iriafen. Got that one to go over Griner.
Brittany Griner said to us, no fear, right? She is ready for the pro level of basketball, and some have said that she has played more effectively and more efficiently as a pro, and that's saying a lot because she was phenomenal at both Stanford and Southern Cal.
I believe that was Coach Sandy Brondello of the New York Liberty as Sonia Citron, who will head to the free throw line.
And several other coaches have said
go around in just 10 games. Really, this whole rookie class has the mindset they have. You would not guess that.
Well, you're looking at Sonia Citron. I mean, she was the glue player at Notre Dame for Neil Ivey, and you know, the advice that Neil Ivey gave to Sonia Citron was go be you. Just go and just fit in and do your thing and bring your skill set to the table, and she has done that on a consistent basis.
Here's Griner on the kick. Canada re-entry inside Griner. Too strong as Iriafen gets the rebound over.
Brittany Griner, she's going to be fighting for that early position. She has been freed up a little bit more to be away from that block area for touches.
Sykes' jumper does not go. There's BG with the rebound. Here's Howard with the ball in her hands. Something that Coach Semesco said with Canada takes her out of it as she does not.
Howard, that's going to be a challenge for both of them on the defensive side.
Iriafen 3, that's off the mark as Canada now controls, pushing tempo. Here's the pace that Ariana was talking about with both of these teams wanting to play in transition.
Well, that was the first triple try for Kiki Iriafen in her young career.
Alicia Gray hits the 3 there, and she's got the first
% from range. She has had the most effective offensive display on a consistent basis for the Dream.
Shook Sutton, a little hesitation, gets right to the hoop.
Very sweet, pun intended, for Shook Sutton right there. I mean, that is a tremendous read on the offensive side, and that's what Carl Semesco said about this Washington Mystics team. They're going to apply pressure. They're going to turn that corner and attack downhill, and you got to be ready.
Canada gets it back to BG. Here's the kick to Gray for 3. That one in and out.
Cannot overhelp, and you saw Brittany Sykes, too long of a run to close out there.
Sykes off the screen. Here's Sutton inside Iriafen. This time over Jones, same result.
Smart. I mean, when you're looking at the job of her decision-making with her shots, not just the fact that they've gone in, that's just a bonus, but it's the decision-making that is most.
Naz Hillman checks in for Atlanta. Here's Canada.
It's like a little zone by Washington here.
Nice cut there from Hillman to make herself available. They kick to Howard, 3 does not go. And it drives. Sykes, the kick to Iriafen, pass fake, attacking, and Iriafen
to challenge that legally.
Iriafen, an 84% free throw shooter on this. She gets both.
And she's had 5 straight games where she hasn't had a double-double, and flirting with them, and nearly averaging a double-double as a rookie. Just under 10 rebounds for her, 9.4, to go along with just under 15 points per contest.
Gray kicks it. Jones, the 3, does not go. Hillman and Austin fighting for the rebound. Loose ball on the ground. Slow to get up. Austin kicks it to the corner. Citron, one more to Melvin. Here's Iriafen, jumper. That one short as Jones controls for the Dream.
For Washington, we said it was going to be a challenge for both teams.
Takeaway by Citron. Sykes, the one-hander, too strong. Canada coming down with it and pushing for Atlanta, trying to get something in transition here. Inside to Jones, and she gets it off the window.
What a nifty move. What to do with it? To attack that baseline side that wasn't cut off by Washington. 3-time All-Star Bree Jones with a solid finish.
Howard got the turnover, then turns it back over. Sykes to the hoop, left that short. Howard with the loose ball pickup. Canada. Hillman, the three, does not go as Citron controls.
Naz Hillman has picked that part of her game up. 38% shooter from range coming into this game for the Dream.
Citron attacking too strong. Hillman with the rebound.
Well, it's a track meet. We said both teams want to play with pace, and we've seen that.
Canada, too strong on Melbourne is pushing for Washington. That three in transition goes.
Got it to go, and he just scratched his temple like, all right, oh no, way to go with that decision, but it went down.
That's one way to slow down, just pop a three.
Well, make it though.
Gray attacking, denied by Austin, but they're gonna get a...
And that's to Ariana's point, to what Carl Smesko was talking about, is Atlanta turns Washington over here, but they can't be disjointed in the quarter court. The Dream have to settle in and try to get the best look, and whether that's getting a touch with a pass inside or getting a piece of the paint on straight line drives themselves, they've got to challenge Washington in there.
Walker-Kimbrough jumper off the mark, Citron with the rebound.
Kiki Iriafen has 5 of Washington's 8 rebounds so far. And these rookies are all over the glass. A double team on Shakira Austin.
Somehow able to get it to Engsler, who left that...
Trying to get it out of her hands. But Washington has missed a couple chippies down in there so far.
Gray's not missing from distance right now, Christy.
Nah. Gray is just so tough. If you blink and you're not closed out to her to disrupt her shot rhythm, you're in trouble. Washington needs to find her as soon as she crosses half.
2 of 3 from beyond the arc. The kick out. Here's Engsler. 6 on the shot clock for the Mystics. Dolson the 3. That one is off the mark. Hillman with the rebound. Gray. Hillman will take. Does not go. Austin taps that to Citron.
Well, you have to count to 5 seconds before anybody gets it just to maintain that contact. But then you have to release and get the ball.
Pocket pass there to Austin, disrupted and taken away by Gray. Here's Gray on the move in transition. Kicks it to Hina Pau, gets it to go in transition.
Tahina Pau. She's just so quick. And her impressive, like for Dawn Staley in South Carolina to finish her collegiate career.
Gray has 9 of the 13 points here for Atlanta. Citron, 6 on the shot clock for Washington. Austin off the pump fake, spins, hangs, fades, does not go. Gray with the rebound.
Good job by Jade Melvin to shore up the paint. Gray was ready right there to attack. She is here on Emily Engsler.
Pau now with 8 seconds, working off Griner. Calls her own number, too strong, back iron. Here's Austin on the rebound.
Defensively, Washington went under that screen at the top.
Austin, the 3 left wide open, does not go. Hillman controlling.
Shakira Austin 0 for 3 coming into this game from range. But that one, it's almost like you have to take that. We've seen her make those during practice. That one just off the mark.
BG jumper doesn't go. Quarter. Tied at 13 now. Citron.
Shatori Walker-Kimbrough did a good job of taking the paint away from Sonia Citron. She was looking to turn the corner at the elbow.
Trying to go to Austin on the baseline cut, has to put it up. Jumper doesn't go.
Anthony Johnson just put his hands on his temples like he did not like the organization of that possession by the Mystics.
Gray off the low cross, count the bucket. Alicia Gray is hot in the district.
Slide to the right, and Chris, that was phenomenal.
Shot clock turned off for Washington. 8 on the clock here. Melvin on the cross and attack. Denied by Griner. Here's Engsler. Dolson. Does not go. What a flurry of a finish here in the
highs in field goal percentage, rebounds, and assists. And just a problem for opponents to stop, right? Because she can stop on a dime. She can set you up. You saw the space that she created with her just cold-blooded crossover on Jade Melvin moments ago. And she is definitely chomping at the bit to be an all-star yet again.
Edwards trying to beat the shot clock.
First quarter alone, so And it's not just her ability to score it. She is an initiator of offense for the team.
Howard, 3 is off the mark. Rebound ends up in the hands of Sykes, trying to get to Iriafen in transition.
And if that pass had been on the mark, that would have been a solid opportunity for Iriafen to score. And here's that back screen, ball screen action here with that UCLA cut, sending Canada to the strong side corner.
Canada with it, goes baseline on the kick. Coffey to Howard. And a shot clock violation. So both teams' defense, when they
staunch with their discipline and taking the paint away.
Sykes works off Iriafen. Trying to get a steal there on Jones, taken away by Howard.
Yeah.
And then they're going to get a transition take foul called as Iriafen stumbled into Howard and then helps her up, making sure she's good.
Ask Kendrick Lamar about that.
Here's Jones. Now Gray. Citron trying to stick with her.
Look at the defense by Washington, just hard up the line on that weak side. Canada can't find a crease to attack.
Jones, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Has to put it up. And another shot clock violation. Citron off the screen. The 3 doesn't go. Edwards, great offensive rebound. Trying to spin into some space.
I want to rebound. That was a want-to board work. Carom by Edwards.
Maya Caldwell into the ball game. Here she is attacking Citron. Citron got a piece of that, but still, Caldwell, very strong finish.
Yeah, Caldwell put pressure on out inside Sonia Citron. He tipped it, but I think maybe gave it some spin.
Citron made herself available. Fader off, 1 foot goes.
Oh boy. I mean, that was soft by Citron. That's tough to guard. Leaning back with those long arms. Soft off the fingertips for the rookie. They've been playing really good on the defensive side and getting the necessary stops and glass work, but they haven't been able to pay it off on the other side as consistently as they would like.
Citron got a piece of that one, able to take it away in control. Here's Sykes. Drops it to Edwards. And they're good. So Howard was trying to encourage as Edwards gets the first. Her coaching staff to
there's something that you can challenge there and take it away or reverse it.
Edwards gets both, and based on how this game has begun, if it tracks this way, you're going to need it potentially in the 4th quarter.
Nope, this one thing I kept in my pocket was my timeout, but if I had challenges, I would keep that in my pocket too.
Here's Pow, gets it over to Hillman, trying to look for Griner. Around the horn, it ends up with Gray. Works off Griner. Cross court, Howard rises and connects.
Oof. I mean, Ryan Howard is just so lethal. Knock in threes, 9 for 19 against Chicago the last time out. I mean, she was just masterful at her attack, and Carl Semesco said we had great spacing, but she has really been doing a great job of playing on the perimeter without the basketball. She's been freed by Jordan Canada.
Edwards too strong on that one. Really solid take by her. Howard is 1 of 3 here to start this ball game from distance. Pow attacking, flips that in.
It was like she was on ice skates right there. She's just so, that was the cutest.
Sydney Johnson calling that timeout as Atlanta making some pushes here. Austin got that to go through contact.
Wow, Brittany Science made a decision to give that up. Nice drop off to the weak side to Austin for the smooch off the window for the easy deuce.
15-4 extended run here for Atlanta. Pow to add to it, and does.
Jade Melvin once again going underneath the screen on that. She's got to be able to stay and just allow that level of rhythm.
Count the bucket and the foul. She's going to go for 3 on Pow, the hard.
Melvin for that finish because Tahina Pow was recovering quickly.
Melvin cutting the lead to 5. Could not complete the 3-point play. Griner now for Atlanta, working with Howard. Thought about going to her on the roll, doesn't have to as she hits another 3.
Well, you know she's pulling. I mean, her first decision coming off of a screen is going to be to shoot it. So you got to close that area on Ryan Howard. Again, coming into this game with the hottest hand in the league, knocking in 9 triples in the last one against Chicago. Like, she's not going to be a pass-first catcher.
Sykes gets the fade on Powell.
She wasn't going to turn the corner and get downhill. I mean, BG's down in there waiting on her, shadowing. Just surpassed Lisa Leslie. And she's been so active, though. I mean, she's missed a couple shots.
Alicia Gray has not missed a couple of shots.
She's from range. 4 of 5 now.
Sykes trying to make a tough bucket over Griner. Gray with the rebound and pushing. Hillman thought about it. Gray doesn't hesitate. Gets it again. Alicia Gray, 5 of 6 for 18 from 3. Mystics trailing 35-23. 14-5 run is snapped there with the
composure in the quarter court. After that timeout, came out, ran their set, got it to the second side. Jade Melvin rips the courts.
A welcome sign for Steph Dolson to knock down from distance. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Jones. Howard now with it. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, rises, connects.
Oh boy. Ow, after she made that.
Austin right back the other way through contact. Strong finish.
Well, Sydney Johnson yesterday in practice said he wanted to see Shakira Austin come in and not be sped up on the offensive side. That time she was not and got that bucket to drop.
Hillman 3. It is rain.
But it's been raining massively from range. That's 10 threes made for the Atlanta Dream right now. And Carlos Mesco, when he was at Florida Gulf Coast University, his team down there led the country in over 40 threes attempted per contest, and that's carrying over here to the pros.
Citron off the mark, got her own rebound. And a whistle and a foul. 50.
And that's what Sydney Johnson said. We cannot overhelp. We've got to be able to move on the flight of the pass and arrive on the catch with a stick arm up to be disruptive. And that's all you can ask of your players. Did we contest shots?
And an offensive foul is going to be called on that one.
A little flabbergasted.
Your flabber is gasted. Here's Howard off the cross.
Oh boy.
Oh my. Oh my.
Hello. Listen, right? We've seen Gray be hot from behind the line. Ryan Howard now sitting with 4 made triples.
Sonia Citron to the bucket. Gets the foul, will head to the free throw line.
It's a little slow, and then she just stretches you out and gets right to the rim.
Couldn't get the rebound for Atlanta.
Look at this wall screen over here with Jones and Coffey trying to free Ryan Howard.
Coffey with it. Doesn't connect. Caldwell the rebound. Howard thought about it. Now trying to dance with Citron. Splits the defenders. Still with it. On the kick, Caldwell in the corner. And that hits the back of the backboard.
On the other. But Atlanta is doing a good job of disrupting that rhythm and flow.
They trail by 14 right now, does Washington.
Atlanta switching on that screen.
Fastest to do it in WNBA history, and the second youngest only to...
Rossi did it in 115 games, and Ryan has done it in 114 games, so she just barely got under there, but wow, DT, the GOAT. Say what you want. I mean, she was only MVP 1 time in the WNBA, and that's absurd to me. Same with Kobe Bryant, late, great, iconic Hall of Famer.
10 on the shot clock here for Canada. Nice show there from Iriafen. 4 seconds. Coffey in the corner. Doesn't go. Nice back tap there. Up the floor. The Mystics are running. Sykes, sidestep, gets the layup to go.
That's that suffocating offensive attack in the open floor that Washington craves. Brittany Sykes hanging it off.
About a 2.5-second differential between shot and game clock. 5 on the shot clock. Howard doesn't go. Gray offensive board, and they're going to get a late whistle.
Conversation with the officials about that last sequence. They got away with 1, Washington.
Gray's an 80% free throw shooter on the season, and she splits. And
The 8 of them, they're 4 of 9 shooting in the paint, so a little bit different in terms of the efficiency.
Iriafen inside, going against Griner. That one does not.
For the rookie inside.
Here's Gray. That one is left short. Sykes tips it out of the hands of Jones. It ends up back with Atlanta. Here's Canada. 10 on the shot clock for the Dream.
But look at that defense. And 4-time all-defensive player Brittany Sykes there to staying connected. And now recovering to Ryan Howard.
And the miss.
Her size, for her height, her arms are just ridiculously long in a great way.
Sykes jumper doesn't go. Iriafen fought for that offensive board. Here she is now, attacking Griner. Griner got a piece of that one on the block.
Best in WNBA history with block shots.
Canada off the kick, pump fake, attacks, got her own miss. Gray, extra one to Howard, thought about it, kept her foot down.
Oh, she was up on those toes.
Howard the reverse, what a high finish.
Oh my goodness.
Citron works off Iriafen. Here's her jumper. That one rattles down and out. Gray turns it up a notch, gets to the hoop and the finish.
Well, Brittany Griner had sized up and gotten a seal on Kiki Iriafen to slow her recovery to that straight line drive. Touch. But I tell you what, BG is so tough inside defensively.
Canada with the steal and the finish. And Sydney Johnson is going to call a timeout as Atlanta to start this third quarter.
Yeah, 6-0 run to begin the third quarter, and Washington has done such a stellar job defensively in that first half in terms of taking paint touches away. Really are being challenged by Atlanta in different ways.
Here's Iriafen. Dolson with a seal on Jones. And they're going to get a whistle and a foul call.
25%.
Nice in-out dribble there. Sykes just couldn't get the layup to go.
She's
Here's
so
Howard.
quick.
Citron fighting with Jones down low. And they're going to get a foul called.
He has been able to create havoc for opponents in a myriad of ways. Experience across the board.
And their best start in the first 10 games since 2016, which, funny enough, was also a 7 in
Maryland together, and it's just really fun to see him elevate and go to this level. He said, I just couldn't pass it up. He is making the most of his opportunity for sure.
Sykes working on Gray. Pump fake, jumper does not go.
Look at this defense by Sykes, just sitting right in the lap of Ryan Howard, and then switches off to Gray.
Howard trying to get away from Citron inside Griner.
Good shadow boxing there by Citron.
And Jones hits the three. That's a dangerous.
Right, I mean, Jones extending the floor, knocking in a triple.
Extends the run to 12-0 here for Atlanta. Canada coming in for the rebound for the Dream and pushing quickly down the floor.
Good job by Shook Sutton to take the paint away, but oh boy.
Up and under move did not work. Jones on the interior doesn't go. And Griner able to back tap it to Canada. Howard, extra one. Gray with time and space. Makes him pay.
That's all she needs, and she doesn't need much of either of those. Time and space. And that triple was pure yet again for Gray.
Back cut there by Sykes, able to catch and control. Extra one, Sutton three. Does not go. There is a lid on that hoop for Washington right now.
Yeah, especially from range, just 2 of 10 right now for the Mystics from 3.
Canada attacking. And Canada to the ground, slow to get up, but is up off.
And getting a piece of the airborne shooter there, and still get 2 at the line. But
I was going to say, I think the shot's back.
I think it's back. She must have gotten in the gym. Need to get reps. Get some more fluidity to your shot mechanics, and she has done that supremely well.
Austin and Melvin into the game here, along with Edwards. Austin in the paint, going at Hillman. Count the bucket and the foul.
right now for the home team.
And that snapped a 16-0 Atlanta run. And Austin able to pay off the three-point play there. 137 lead here for the Dream. Third quarter action continues. Here's Pow Pow. Hits the three. The three-point shooting for Atlanta continues.
So that's a pow, pow, pow then from three, because my goodness, she was at least 3 feet behind the line. Somewhere Dawn Staley has a pom-pom swinging. Happy for her kid, Tahina Pow Pow.
Austin off 1 foot, fading, doesn't go. Hillman controlling the loose ball. Pow Pow in transition. Kicks it, Coffee attacking. Now Bree Jones. Back with Pow Pow, entry down low. Jones trying to go baseline, and they're gonna get a travel call. Here's Sykes, Citron. Austin, 6 on the shot clock. Here's Edwards. Long 2 jumper doesn't go. Jones the rebound.
Melvin just trying to do her best to stay in lockstep with Tahina Pow Pow there.
Sykes, hand-to-hand combat down low with Jones.
Yeah, cross match down inside.
Hillman off the pump fake, kicks it. Pow Pow.
Well, just a skosh right there, but they didn't pay it off from 3 that time.
Austin is gonna head back to the free throw line. But first she's gonna just make sure that elbow's okay. It looked like she landed on it.
Yeah, she had missed really on pace to really get some traction with her this season coming into this game.
Brittany Griner, Alicia Gray returning to the ball game. Emily Engstler getting her first minutes here.
She's a workhorse, and you're going to see that on both sides. Emily Engstler is an energy giver for the Washington Mystics, and they need that right now.
Pow Pow, 3 on the shot clock. Over to Griner, 1 second, just turns, fires, finishes.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do to contest that? The fingers for BG.
Austin stops on a dime, pull-up J goes.
And that's what you're going to see more of. Last 3 games averaging those 11 points. Just under 17 minutes of action, so she's trying to earn more minutes on the floor.
Coffee from the corner does not go as Sykes controls the rebound and pushing. Sykes attacking. Layup halfway down, rolls out. Austin keeps it alive though for Washington. Fades off that one. Engstler keeping it alive, kicks it out to Melvin. Steps into it. Gets the drop. Back with it. 8 on the shot clock. Works off the screen. Goes to Hillman. Nice pocket pass and finish.
That was a beautifully executed offensive set. Clap. A hand on top of the other one. Clap it nice and slow and soft on that. He loved it.
Edwards reverse layup doesn't go. It is US Open Sunday. Hillman. Pow Pow. 10 on the shot clock for Atlanta. Griner. Inside, blocked by...
And he's a tall one like Mama.
He's catching me. After that challenge here for Washington with possession. Edwards, 6 on the shot clock. Turns off. Howard just couldn't get that up over the lip of the rim.
Yeah, really good footwork down inside by Edwards. Just couldn't pay it off. Get it high enough to drop.
Pow Pow. 10 on the shot clock. Under a minute to go here in the quarter. Howard, deep 3. And Austin pushing.
Oh, she did. Yep.
Got caught with the palm under the ball. And double dribble.
I'm going to initiate that way again.
Jones 3 is off the mark. And possession will go back to Washington. 38.5 seconds to play here in the third.
Organize here in the quarter court. Atlanta has taken a lot of their first and second actions in the quarter court away. Sticking right with Citron.
And Citron is fouled, will head to the free throw line.
And that's the kind of challenge that Washington getting downhill.
Citron in 87%
games. She has scored in double figures.
Make it 11. And she just hit 10.
Coming into this game. Yeah, I mean, but still, I mean, the consistency of a rookie to come in and now full of games. So everyone understands, you know, the player personnel side of things and what you like to do. But even with knowledge of that, opponents still haven't been able to disrupt her in that way.
Oh, Angstler picking the pocket twice of Walker Kimbrough. 1 second, Melbourne at the end of the quarter almost banked it in.
Oh my goodness.
Well, shout out to the DC Defenders, won the XFL championship yesterday.
First one, love it. District of Champions here in the DMV.
8 on the shot clock here for Atlanta. Canada, a little hesitation attacking baseline. Nice drop off to Gray with the finish.
I mean, what a calculated dime by basketball with purposeful cuts, and that's exactly why Gray is on the line.
I would say it's also a very strong drink. She's starting.
Coffee over there. It is a Sunday brunch time, so all that.
Citron 3 off the mark, and they're going to say it will be
at halftime right now, just 22. So now Atlanta has taken away not just the 3 ball. Washington's only knocked in 3 of those, but they've also now collapsed the paint and disallowed easy touches and finishes in there, and that is why this lead has ballooned the way that it has for Atlanta.
Howard, 3 doesn't go.
That one.
Jones jumper doesn't go. Angstler with the rebound.
Really, Angstler, another player who can initiate offense.
Citron getting to the hoop, left that short.
Just those second chance points. Washington hasn't been able to maximize any of those. Just 6 offensive boards, 3 second chance buckets. 1 shot and done because of the Atlanta defense.
Gray off the mark. Points in this one here for Alisha Gray. Nice pass to Melbourne as she controls now. Citron. Angstler works off Dolson. Attacking.
You got the switch that she wanted there, and the cross match got her to Naz Hillman inside.
Dolson had 3 Dream players collapse on her as Canada comes up with it. Drop pass back to Howard.
Well, look at what Washington is trying to do defensively, and they're not matched. And that's why Atlanta was able to score right there.
10 of 14 from the floor is Alisha Gray in this ball game.
Yeah, and Kiki Iriefin right there. He wasn't in good balance to pull that one. But she was wide open, so I get the decision to shoot it.
5 on the shot clock. Howard, 2 feet in the paint.
A nice contest by Citron. Citron plays so disciplined on the defensive side and just mistimed that pass and threw it behind Kiki Iriefin on that one.
Jones with Melbourne on her. Kicks it to Hillman. Hillman adds a 3 to the party. And Sydney Johnson would like a timeout here as Atlanta continues to pour it on.
And Naz early in that contest, so it was
that
in
was
the preseason game. Well, they didn't have her services.
Correct.
So I think it makes a huge difference to have Jordan Canada on the floor. Was the initiator of offense, and now she's off the ball, and I think that's why you've seen a lot more offensive creativity overall by the Dream.
Canada came up with the steal here for Atlanta. Attacking on the pass fake. They're going to get a foul on Sugar.
To add to the mix, I mean, they already had great synergy developing without her services, so now you add her. You have a healthy Jordan Canada to add to the mix. I mean, they already had great synergy developing without her services, so now you add her offensive prowess that she brings to the floor. I mean, she's a demon defensively, and she sits low under the ball, and she's a pace setter. How she plays on the defensive side as well.
Austin, now Sutton. Here's Edwards. 10 on the shot clock for Washington. Try to lob it inside the.
For this very young team, I mean, the Mystics are the youngest team in the WNBA. So every opportunity they have to be on the court together is a bonus.
Sykes coming up with the rebound. That was really nice rotation from Austin on the defensive end. Sykes in transition is going to head to the free throw line, as they call it, on Jordan.
Swings. when you don't have consecutive stops on top of consecutive scores.
And deflect per game, and Atlanta has kept her off the free throw line as Howard's three's off the mark.
Yeah, and that's what Carl Smesko was telling us prior to the game. He said we got to keep them off the line collectively.
Emily Angsler, what a move in transition with the finish. Pow now with it. Caldwell, 8 on the shot clock. Pow in the corner, hits the three.
And Washington was disciplined there. I mean, Shug Sutton was helped her. She weak side, dropped down in front. But then everyone has to be on a string and no one can be late. And they were on that last one for that triple in the corner.
Angsler threes off the mark. Austin offensive rebound. Baseline jumper does not go. Loose ball controlled by Austin. Sykes kicks it. Edwards attacking.
Just 2 of 10 for Slim.
I go
mentally get fatigued as well.
.80-48 lead here. 4:10 to go in this fourth quarter. And Sykes is...
So there's some confidence that comes with that.
Sykes, 8 on the shot clock. 6 seconds now. And going into the body of Caldwell.
What her impact has been and will continue to be, but Sika Kone has changed the flow of how the game is rolling along.
Coffee with it, 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it to Walker Kimbrough. 4 seconds now. Pow. Hits from deep.
Now that was a advantage, not 17 made threes. Incredible display of arrows. That's what as a head coach there, multiple NCAA tournament appearances. They fired those threes, I tell you what. Spread you out and fire them up.
And a whistle and a foul is going to be called
with the Iowa Hawkeyes after 3 seasons with Villanova.
Caldwell threes off the mark. Kone trying to track down that rebound, eventually ends up with Olsen. Olsen from distance. Edwards fighting for that loose ball. Caldwell comes up with it.
And Olsen was playing the piano on the basketball coming down with that thing. Just missed on the triple try, but I like the aggression.
Caldwell attacking.
And sold out 4 consecutive games. And it's just been so much fun for me to watch, all in particular, shining through and it being respected and appreciated the way that it has been over the last several seasons. It's awesome.
Theory lost the handle on that one as Edwards controls and is fouled.
Missed a couple games to start the season. The back injury. Second season out of UConn.
Splits the pair at the line.
With that high ball screen, but then Sika Kone right there to make the necessary switch defensively.
Caldwell kicks it. Here's Walker Kimbrough. Threes off the mark.
I mean, the synergy of that is why they have this lead.
Pow with the rebound for Atlanta. 2 minutes to go here in the fourth. Hillman attacking downhill. Gets that to drop.
And they got it to go. I mean, talking about the assist numbers, I mean, Atlanta assist per contest, 20.4. But they have put the ball in the right place at the right time.
Olsen getting to her mid-range game.
And she has been a menace in the slot. And the slot extended with that 1-2 dribble pull-up.
Here's Theory in the corner. That three goes down.
And yet another triple for that quarter court, and that's what makes it so difficult. They don't even have BG or Bree Jones on the court right now, and that right there is fascinating.
43% from range here this afternoon. Under a minute to go now here in the quarter. Caldwell. 6 on the shot clock. Theory, 3 seconds. Layup does not go. Sutton the rebound. Sutton pushing. Here's Edwards. Foul line jumper. That one rattles home.
Nice job there by Aaliyah Edwards.
Pow working with Hillman. Left it short. Kone was there to defend. And now pushing. Kone attacking. Left that short as it popped out. 4 seconds to go here in the game. As the Dream will let it dribble out. And they're going to come away with this one 89-56, Christy.
Well, Atlanta coming into this game 3rd best in the WNBA.
File along. 695 heading to Bree Jones. Brittany Griner